Chris Bosh is now joining us. What's interesting, you know, you've played on both of these kind of teams. You've been on a star-studded team like LeBron and AD, and then you've been on, you know, and then you and LeBron and D Wade, and then you've been on teams in your career where you're the best guy, you're the Jimmy Butler in Toronto, and then you have a bunch of other good players. My gut tells me, Chris, I go with the stars in this league. I know you live in Miami. It does feel like the Lakers, it's their series to lose. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair to say. I mean, let's be honest. I think a lot of people expected the Lakers to be in this position. Not too many people really expected the Heat to be in this position. And yeah, sometimes that does give you a little bit of angst. It can be more pressure on the team with the most to lose. But like I said, they've been here before. They're built very similar, you know, in terms of star power as we were. I mean, 3 number 1 picks and Rajon Rondo being the great NBA point guard that he is. But, you know, it's a game and it's a reason that they play the series. And, you know, that's what makes me excited about it. I love storylines. I love seeing guys go out there and playing hard. And I don't think there's no doubt that these are the 2 best teams in the NBA.
Can you explain the secret sauce with Eric Spoelstra? We didn't think they'd be here. In fact, I didn't. I thought Philadelphia had more talent, Milwaukee, Boston. What does Spoelstra do to elevate? This is a mix of Dragic is old and Bam is young. What is his specialty?
I think just preparation of working every day and understanding what your identity is. You know, everybody talks about the Heat culture and it's beginning to be a buzzword. But when you really get to the core of it, it's really just coming to work every day. It can be as simple as that. But having the mindset to come in and do what you need to do to be successful, you know, having conditioning being a huge part of the atmosphere in the team. Running those 5-on-0 sets and practicing when you do not feel like practicing, getting getting that weight room in when you don't feel like it. I gotta, shout out to my guy, Bill Ferran, because, it's a team effort in keeping guys together. And it's just those things in the mentality that make really that organization just great. And you see these guys expressing that on the court every night.
It's pretty remarkable. Jimmy Butler was starting to get a reputation, and I'm guilty of it. I was like, he's difficult. Then he goes to Miami, and he's the ultimate team guy. And Joey and I have been saying this. You talk about flip the narrative, flip the idea of what he is. How do you think he did it? Because I was starting to think this guy can't get along with teammates. How did he flip it?
Well, I think, sometimes you can rub the people the wrong way when a situation isn't right and you're not winning. And that's what I was kind of, alluding to earlier and thinking about. Everybody kind of gives Jimmy a tough time. Maybe that's because he wasn't in the situation he wanted to be in.
Yeah.
And he was losing. He seems to be a winner. He is a winner. And he's just a tough-nosed, old-school player. And he's one of those guys that don't mind if you don't like him. He actually thrives in that. And I think that's kind of a lost art in the NBA. But, with that said, he believes they should be there. That team believes they should be there. And I can speak for every NBA player. And if you're watching, you don't get to the championship to lose. You get there to win. So regardless of what the outside perceptions are, they're there to win.
As you get older in life, I'm certainly, this is my life. You get into habits. I like to go home, hang out with the dog, see my wife, see my kids. Young players in the bubble have flourished. A lot of the older players have not. Milwaukee, the Clippers, they weren't as comfortable in the bubble. I think it's been harder for the Lakers because it's a roster of old guys. They got wives and kids and habits and families. I'm kind of blown away by how good the Lakers have been. Are you surprised the ease they moved through the West?
Actually, yes. I think we're all surprised that we didn't get that LA battle that we ended up waiting more than a year for. But regardless of that, it does seem very difficult, to be in that situation. But when you're trying to win a championship, I have a little bit of experience with it. Things are going to happen that you don't want to happen. It's not so much about whether you won or not. It's about fighting through what you need to fight through get the accomplishment and accomplish your goal. I think it does get harder when you're older because you have your favorite restaurant. Your bed is a little nicer. I mean, I know me, that the fabrics that I had in my rookie year as opposed to my last year, totally different,
Right.
But you miss those things and you establish your home, you build your home. A lot of guys have children, you have a routine, and you're already away enough. And when you're away even more, it can be tough.
Well, you've been such a credit to the game. You're going to get into the Hall of Fame. So it's LeBron against his former team. And you are good friends with LeBron, but you live in Miami. And Joy, the same thing is I'm happy regardless of what happens. But, LeBron's a very interesting personality. He's moved and moved and moved. And I think he's generally made the right decision. When LeBron left you in the Heat, were you mad? Were you anxious? Were you shocked? What was your emotional moment when you heard for the first time?
Oh, hell yeah, I was mad. I was mad, man, but it's a part of the game. And, I've actually told LeBron about that. We talked about it years ago. And I told him, I was mad because, one, you're watching the best player in the world go and play for somebody else. And then two, they're pretty good. I couldn't get too mad at the move. I eventually had to get over it. But, all in all, everybody still had the success that they earned. That year was tough bouncing back. But regardless, it still gave us, I guess it re-sparked the excitement that was going on. I had another chip on my shoulder, another reason to get up out of bed and try to, prolong my career. But, all in all, we talked about it. He's still a great dude. It obviously worked out for him. And it worked out for me as well. But
yes, I was going to say, you've had a very good post-basketball life, which surprises nobody. You were always one of the more thoughtful. You're a smart dude. You're a music single coming out in, it's Friday, tomorrow or Friday, you have a music single coming out.
I believe Friday. I've been on the phone all day. It's been super exciting just with the Heat back in the finals and LeBron back in the finals. It's a lot going on. But yeah, I've been producing music for 4 or 5 years now. So I've been working with some great artists, and we're really, really excited about the product that we're putting out and that we have.
Chris, I love having you on the show. You are one of the best guys this league has ever had. I just love when you come on, and thank you so much, and enjoy yourself.
I appreciate it. And I got a book coming next year, so I'm going to make sure I send you guys a copy.
Please do. We'll read it, and we'll promote it. Thanks, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.